Wonderful. Thank you so much both for speaking with me. What I wanted to know was, it seems that in the second season we get more of the tale of BMF forming as a group, and
Mhm.
so what it seemed that for Meech, the BMF was formed as kind of a direct response to both poverty and wanting to form a brotherhood. How do you feel, or can you talk about the importance of building this brotherhood in the second season with the mission of equality rather than the rivalry that we've seen before in other shows?
Right, so that's why everybody loved my dad, and I'm pretty sure that that's what made him
Yes.
different from others because of his loyalty and the way that he were with everybody. He tried to put everybody on, and he tried to unite everybody. He didn't want it to be any beef. He didn't want people to go against each other and try and be violent and harm each other. He wanted to bring everybody together so they could all make money and provide for themselves. So this season is going to show more of the brotherhood between Meech and Terry, and between Meech and other crews out wherever where I show you guys I go this season. I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely how Terry was trying to get back in the car business. This is going to show this season how he couldn't do that anymore just because him and my dad are so tight and they love what they do. He can't go against that, for anything as much as he tries to. So this season we showed that too, and I can't wait for you guys to see this brotherhood because it's a crazy season, a lot to show.
Wonderful. And for Miles, as B-Mickie, we know that the death of Kato is still in the back of his mind. He's kind of screwed up behind that. And there is a scene where he is promoted, and instead of that joyful, yay, second in command, it's played with such kind of not tension, but sadness. Can you talk about that scene and what it really meant for kind of B-Mickie getting promoted, knowing the cost that that may have on the group as a whole and on your future?
Yeah, I feel like another part of that too, that was meeting in the back of his head was I feel like he didn't get the spot the way he wanted to. You feel me? And that was a big part of it. He was sticking beside them for so long, doing the necessarily things that he needed to do, and it just was given to him so easily. And why? And then in the timing, you know what I'm saying, timing of it, it was a bad, coincidence that I was going through something else, not only with my mother, what I'm saying, with Kato, but then we got Detective Bryant, on my ear too. So yeah, so it was a lot of things going on with him. So yeah.
And there's a really interesting scene with voiceover kind of at the end of the episode about prey and predator. With everything that's going on in season two, especially for you, for Meech, as your father, sorry. I wanted to know, in season two, did you consider yourself more as the predator than the prey for both of you?
Mm,
Um, I feel like I'm more prey this season, just
mm,
because this season is not about me going after Lamar anymore. Like like this season, I'm on to different things. I'm on to trying to expand and better my business. The first season, it was the friction between me and Lamar, and it was me trying to do my handle my business on the same end. Battling with both. But this season, it's not so much Lamar because he's out of the way. So I'm not necessarily a predator. I'm trying to just get all the business and not everybody, like I was saying before. So I feel like I'm more prey this season.
For my character, I can feel like I was prey. Because for B Mickey, he was placed in a lot of different scenarios where he had to be submissive to it, and that wasn't always him. He was always the go getter. If Meets tell him to do something, he would do it. No questions asked. Let's go find him. And through this next season, he had to evaluate every decision that he made correctly, and even if it wasn't the right one, he couldn't justify it because he know what he had to do, what I'm saying, and to means to keep everybody's, what I'm saying, mindset balanced in and out of the way, from what he is doing. So yeah.
You, Meech, there is a scene that's between you and the actress who plays Grace, who is the babysitter. We see how the direct effects of drugs kind of impacted her. But she does say something about we all make a choice. I can live with mine. For both of you, for both Myles and Meech, can you say whether or not you can live with the decisions that's being made in season 2?
Uh, they're tough decisions. But I feel like yes, I have to live with it, and I'm Meech is a person who is not apologetic, non-apologetic, and he goes with his first mind, and he trusts his first mind. He doesn't take it back, So I feel like no.
I feel like I could live with the decisions that B-Mickie made because he wasn't playing both sides. He was playing the sides that he was always on, which was Meech and his family, you know? And I could live with that regardless of what it was. I know the end goal and I know his motive. So yeah.
Okay. So Dimitri is by himself this season. He's the leader of his own organization. His brother is not there. Can you talk about the weight of that responsibility of making all of the choices kind of just on yourself instead of having someone to bounce off?
Uh, at first, it probably doesn't, dawn on you when uh, your partner, like when you lose your partner or when your partner's not around anymore, and you forget how much help he was or she was, So I feel like, especially since it's being my brother, I definitely miss him being with me doing it, and definitely need him back. As much as I probably don't feel like it, being arrogant or. So it's I feel like definitely the brothers make a better teamwork. Everything's better when they come together and do it. And it's a lot of weight on my shoulders this season, especially trying to do it without him because I have to go and connect and do relationships myself and try and help our business expand myself, So
And what's really interesting, you're playing your father, obviously, through this series and also that we have. Was there something that you learned more about him that you didn't know before?
a lot. I learned a lot about him that I didn't know. He always, excuse me, he always told me a lot. Just how he grew up and everything, what he had to deal with, but just living it is different, and seeing it and having to memorize the lines and having to study the storyline, and it being not far off from the truth. It's literally like crazy to me. Have just seeing how much stuff he had to deal with being so young and literally like he had to be grown at 17 years old. He was grown at 17. He was already paying bills. He made his first $1 million. He was already outside. He didn't have the regular opportunities like any other kid who could just go to school and do that. So it's crazy. Like, I still can't believe, like, to this day, it still blows my mind to just seeing and hearing about the stuff that he did back then. Like, he had to have a strong mind and be very smart and very brave. It's not a lot of people that can get that done for that long and touch as many lives and help people at the same time.
And for Myles, I was wondering what is preventing B-Mickie from just running away from everything? Because it's a lot that he's dealing with.
I feel like it's his mom. I don't even think that's a feeling. I mean, that's a fact. His mom was a big part of last season, the main reason why he left. And I was so grateful that they actually casted somebody for my mom this season, and I had numerous scenes with her. But yeah, I feel like that's the main reason why. It's not the money, it's not the drugs, it's not the assets that come. I'm saying, after that. It's his family, and that's was the only female that's left in his life, that he can say that he loves. So yeah, that's what's holding him back from even leaving.
Thank you both for speaking with me. I truly love what I'm seeing in season 2.
Thank
So
you, Dan.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I love Spider-Man.
Oh, thank you.